think to my mind what India needs today is a change of leadership. And that can only happen only when there is a change of mindset, there is a change of attitude, there is a change of entire notions of what they perceive about India.
We are often leveled by our critics of having an unimaginable mindset and being an unconventional player. We take these criticisms as compliments and feel proud to break the laws to create a new innovation and ideas that are trend-setting. We attempt to create a new mindset of thought process. We convert ideas into actions, challenges into opportunities, and dreams to realities. Network 7 Media Group has given birth to excellent media properties in the form of news media and is widely acclaimed for its independent and unbiased journalism. We have been in the limelight for bringing a change in approach, attitude, and a new way of looking. We don't follow a fixed set of rules and regulations. Rather, we innovate our thinking to experiment with the truth often neglected by the established players. We are fearless, strong, and independent. Our mainstream news medias include vibrant Indian affairs, Odisha affairs, breakfast news, farmer leaders, and farmer news PR wire. Our prestigious and credible events are often talked about in various forums such as Jai Mumbai, India Leadership Conclave and Indian Affairs Business Leadership Awards, Pharmaceutical Leadership Summit, and Farmer Leaders Business Leadership Awards.
Well, thank you so much for your patience. And now, let me present to you the architect of India Leadership Conclave, the fiery, the aggressive, and yet well-composed Mr. Satya Brahma to kindly come and give us an opening address. But before I invite you onto the stage, let me say a few words about him. As we all know, Mr. Satya Brahma is the founder, chairman, and editorial head of the illustrious Network 7 Media Group, having its wide portfolio in the mainstream media in the form of current affair news magazine, specialized and much widely acclaimed global meeting events, healthcare communication, and digital media. Under the banner of Network 7 Media Group, Satya has founded Pharma Leaders, Asia's most analytical healthcare bi-monthly magazine and India's best known peer-reviewed pharmaceutical and biotechnology voice. Satya also gave birth to Indian Affairs, again a biggest media property which aims at bringing qualitative change in society through fair, independent and unbiased current affairs magazine. Mr. Satya also felt the need in mainstream news platform and almost single-handedly he conceptualized, innovated and formatted the much-awaited annual event for the corporate world, of course, India Leadership Conclave and Indian Affairs Business Leadership Awards in 2009. Mr. Satya is also the founder of the prestigious international events such as Jai Mumbai, which is conducted in the memory of 26/11 tragedy. He also pioneered the neglected healthcare scenario in the country and started a vibrant international platform in the form of debate amongst the public and has been widely appreciated by the think tanks of the society and is the most widely awaited event in healthcare, known as the Pharmaceutical Leadership Summit and Pharma Leaders Business Leadership Awards. Founded in 2005, the annual affair in India is much talked about industry news. Satya is a management guru. He's an author, a firebrand speaker, transformational leader, and much sought after speaker internationally and of course on the national level as well. Well, Satya Brahma's fearless reporting and penchant for creating a mass movement to empower socially challenged issues earned him the distinction in the field of social entrepreneurship. Satya is a risk taker, as we all know. We just saw him in the AV. And his strength is that he gets easily bored unless he's charged or challenged. Whether as a writer or a journalist, Satya always attempts to pen down thoughts that offer invites controversies. Satya says, my ability to stay unafraid and fearless gives me more strength in life. And life really becomes meaningless unless I'm charged or challenged. And he believes that it is not always the reason but the necessity that should drive in finding a real solution. Very often people do criticize him for what he's been doing or for being really, really tough about India, but toughness arises out of great love. Satya is not one of those who believes India is a great country. He believes India is a great country as he thinks we have a lot of hard work to do to get there. Gandhiji, Nehru, Azad, they came from elite backgrounds, but they understood that the soul of India, they really understood that the soul of India was deeply damaged and impoverished soul. That's something I try to convey through journalism and writing to my own class, that no matter how elite you are tied to a very deep social contract. And without much ado, the more elite you are, the more responsibility you have to give back. And without much ado, I'm going to call on stage none other than Mr. Satya Brahma, founder, chairman, editorial head of Network 7 Media Group and the founder, chairman of India Leadership Conclave and Indian Affairs Business Leadership Awards. A huge round of applause for our very own Mr. Satya Brahma on the stage.
Now the mic is running. Right, okay. Thank you, Mansi, for the very, very kind words. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome you to this prestigious 4th Annual India Leadership Conclave and Business Leadership Awards 2014. I am hosting this event at a time when the nation is passing through a very critical stage. We had seen the last 2 decades, rather the last 1 decade, the progress of the country didn't happen because of the lot of scams that gripped Indian economy, and you couldn't go anywhere actually. We have nothing to blame us actually. We have to blame the politicians who did it. We have to change the mindset of these politicians. We have to change the mindset of their thinking level that India is not their personal property. India is something which everybody should be proud of it. This is what Dr. Lalita Kanodia told me, that I'm going to speak about being Indian, what is the feeling it is giving. Let me take back you to the year 1991, when the ex-Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh enunciated the economic reforms. We came out with a lot of reforms. India opened up privatizations. Everything went on very good. But as he progressed in the years and as UPA came to the closure, the ministers surrounding him, the political parties started putting pressure on them, forgetting that they are compromising with them, and India has taken a huge beating. I can straightly point out that whether it is DMK, whether it is BSP, whether it is BJD, whether it is any regional parties, they are busy scoring their only political point. They are not bothered what is happening in India. They are not bothered what is the governance is all about. They are not bothered that how the well-being of the people are going to be met. They are only scoring the points. You will find them in Delhi fighting in various other issues. Have you ever found them in any of the platforms when they try to bring out the solutions, when they try to bring out an approach which can combine the entire Indians together? I shame on these politicians who do not think about themselves. This is a pity in India that politicians do not think that 1.3 billion populations of India can be taken for a ride. We have seen the new government has come to power with a massive majority with 284 members of parliaments in the government. After sometimes I'll be telling you the breaking news which has happened with Narendra Modi, which none of them are aware actually. The BJP under the chairmanship of the propaganda and also the Prime Minister candidate Narendra Modi came to the power with a huge mandate. The people's and expectations went up like anything. He came on every programs, all rallies, all medias were glued to him. I am not here to criticize Mr. Narendra Modi. He is the esteemed Prime Minister of India, and we have a lot of expectations on him. When the onion prices goes up, When the essential products goes up, how is he remaining silent? When his controversial ministers are found in scams or something, he doesn't say anything. He doesn't come to the media also. Till 2 months back, he was the darling of the media. Now, when the media houses call him, he doesn't give interviews because he can't prove it. When the prices of the onion went up, he wanted to curb it. He told, why this is happening? I need to curb it actually. Ultimately found that, there is a huge, the storage of onions. Why the people are not getting it? Because the people who are the black marketers, they have dumped it. And when someone told him that, why you are not doing it? Why just crack them? They told, they're the people who have funded us actually. We can't do anything about it. This is the stand which comes as a real surprise to me. A person who is transformed India, rather Gujarat, and presented the model, seems to be a little bit more matured in its approach and trying to understand what is exactly happening here. I know that he has got a lot of experience with him. I also understand that Mr. Modi is also a popular leader, and we have a lot of expectations on the union government that is going to take. But some of the decisions which has been taken, we have already passed 2 months now. None of the people are happy. They're trying to see where is the Acha Din going to come. Is it Acha Din or Bura Din, which only time will tell us. But presently, the real situation, when Arun Jaitley presented the budget, the first maiden budget, it is amply clear, it is very much clear that budget is very ambitious. It is nothing but a duplication of with some innovations there for this. The fiscal policy and the policy reforms is brought out and 100% FTA and other issues. But I think he has forgot this agricultural sector and other key issues, which to my mind is very important, because 65 to 66% of Indian population are in villages. This is not Gujarat, this is India. And you have to look after all the states. There is no cohesion between the center and state, which is very pivotal role. Let me remind you that all the funds that come from the central, it goes to the state. It's a partnership, it is working. But due to the political affinity, but due to the political compulsions, rather arrogance, rather egoism, they don't want to club up with the central government. So that's what you have seen. Some of the policy measures which is taken is not being appreciated by others. I think it's a high time that you should call all the chief ministers and tell them that you have to sit in a discussion and let's bring out a clear policy. This is what going to change India actually. He has got some high profile ministers with him, but certain ministers also need to be trained in some angle that what is speaking actually is India is listening. That is not exactly happening. So Narendra Modi is currently under test. The people of India are going to judge him, what he has delivered, the promises that he has made to the millions of the people, and we will see in next 1 year or 2 years what the plethora of reforms are coming out. Ladies and gentlemen, this India Leadership Conclave and Indian Affairs Business Leadership Awards attempts to bring out the hidden issues which has not been addressed. And I'm privileged to have with us some of the distinguished guests and personalities who will be speaking on various occasions, various topics which are of tremendous importance, starting from the Indian nest to the healthcare, then to sometimes on economic reforms and various other issues. We will be debating on issues. I will only suggest that let's give a view, very independent, fair point, and which will enlighten the audience, the kind of thought they are giving it. This audience is going to be jam-packed after around 6 to 7 o'clock, as we are going to announce the mass suspense which we put on the board for the Business Leadership Awards on 2014, post 6 o'clock. And I expect the entire, the think tanks of the society to come here in next 1 to 2 hours. And I don't have to speak much, already I have spoken. In fact, the video which you saw it is personally written by me. That is the reflection of my thought process which I try to bring out. And with a small note, I would like to end. We are Indians first. We have spent so many years, we have seen the governance. Now we need the real results. Where the results will come, where the achievements are going to come, how the villagers are going to be connected, where the healthcare units in the remote villages, when they are connected actually, where they are going to get treatment. 70% of people do not have basic access to medicine. Why it is happening? When Gujarat could be improved, that India also could be improved. This is a very simple point which you need to focus on. With these notes, I conclude my opening address, and I request Mansi to come and take over for the next proceedings. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Satya. And as I had mentioned, you really fire. There's fire in all the talks that you have, all your thoughts. But yes, you're really well composed. You need a change for our country, and I'm sure all of us together can bring it across. Of course, not only by debating, but also putting it into action. And without much ado, I'm going to call on stage our very own Dr. Mukesh Batra, Chairman, Dr. Batra's Positive Health. Well, as we all know, Dr. Mukesh Batra is a Padma Shri recipient, a homeopath of international repute. And that homeopathy is today reviewed as a modern, progressive, efficient and effective medical option. This is a testimony of Dr. Batra's path-breaking endeavors, clinical acumen and wisdom and vision and values and encouragement about homeopathy. So now that we already have Dr. Mukesh Batra on the stage, may I ask you to start with the inaugural address, sir?
Thank you very much, Mansi. Satya, members of the Network 7 media team, Dr. Kanodia, whom I greatly respect, JP, Meeraji, Dr. Sharma, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, I must thank Satya for a long association that I've had with him.